Our passions follow our investments. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to me? Well, simply where we invest our time, our energy, and resources speaks a lot about who and what we are passionate about. I would step it up and say that where we invest our time, energy, and resources speaks a lot about who and what we worship. Here's how we put ourselves into this equation. Let's take some inventory. Where are you and I investing our time? Where are you and I investing our energy? Where are you and I investing our resources, our money, our talents, our giftings? Guys, it's clear. The answers to these questions tell us who our gods are. And as harsh as that sounds, if we're honest, it's absolute truth. Jesus taught his listeners the difference between earthly and heavenly treasure. And he emphasized the importance of the heavenly. Remember, he said, do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasure in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Whatever we focus on dictates our actions. When we focus on earthly success and wealth, we will expend our energies on earthly matters. However, when we focus on God's priorities, our actions will reflect different priorities, and those priorities will be godly ones. Treasure is anything we value above all else and that which motivates us to action. For some, it's money. Others, it's power. Still, other people strive for fame and attention. There are many things in this world jockeying for control of our heart. According to Jesus, determining where our treasure is also determines where our heart is. Many people claim to look forward to heaven, but their hearts are really not in it. Their hearts are caught up in the cares of this world, because that's where their treasure lies. Bottom line is this, friends. Everything we pursue on this earth has an expiration date. While it may satisfy us temporarily, it is fleeting. 1 Corinthians 7:31 tells us that the world in its present form is passing away. In other words, the moment we take our last breath, the earthly things that we value won't matter anymore. This is why Jesus urged us to think beyond the last breath to eternity. He urged us to live with eternity in mind. This is what leads us to store up heavenly treasure. Guys, it's no sin to have money. It's no sin to enjoy the things God gave us while we live on earth. It is sin to allow those things to become idols in our lives. So what do? If you're rich in time and energy and money and talents and giftings, live as if they belong to God, because they do. When you do this, it protects your heart from idolizing them. People who do this can't be owned by time or energy or money or talents or giftings. Invest in things of eternal value. When we do, our hearts remain loyal to the Lord, and we will not be tempted to foolishly attempt to serve both God and money.